Hello everyone, it's John from IT, and welcome back to another TV video. And this time, I'm talking about LG C1 OLED TVs versus C2. This is the LG C2, and this is the LG C1 from last year. Can you tell which of these is which? It is tricky, isn't it? Let me make it easier for you. The one on the left is obviously the LG C1, and the one on the right is the LG C2. For the record, I love the LG C2. I think it's a great TV. It's definitely sharper, but I feel like it's just a tiny bit brighter than the LG C1 from the previous year. Well, there are some differences between the two models. The biggest difference is the backlight on the C2, which makes it a little brighter and covers a bit more of the is.I P3 color space than its predecessor. As for picture quality, C2 is the best display I have ever laid my eyes on. The blacks are deep and inky, the contrast is superb, and it has accurate colors with near-perfect coverage of the is.I P3 color space, which ensures that you get all of the colors that are supposed to be in a picture. It's a fantastic display, and I highly recommend checking it out if you have a chance. Does that make it worth spending extra money for? I'll answer that later on in this review. The LG C2's curve is anatomically correct, and I like that, but a lot of times OLED TVs become more visually obtrusive than they need to be because they have so much backlight. Of course, there's some glare in the top left corner. You can see it's not perfect, but it's surprisingly visible to me. I don't mind that in the picture, but I'm sure a lot of people would. And what's really fun is when you get to this area. The light is coming from behind, so it's not distracting at all. It's just backlighting, and it works great for OLEDs. I mean, this is the pinnacle of backlighting right here. If you move your head, you'll see it glare a little bit, but that's a lot better than being in your face like the C1 was. Now, let's move on to HDR. Because as we've seen with other LG OLEDs and these two TVs specifically, they really nailed their HDR performance. While I was testing these two TVs side by side and playing the same movie clips from both discs, the LG C2, as you can see, did a fantastic job. OLED TVs don't need to be bright. In fact, reducing backlight on OLEDs makes them much more compelling. It's very natural looking and doesn't have that blue tint of an LCD TV. The WebOS interface is faster and more responsive, mostly because of the new O32 chipset on the C2. Black gamma tracking on the C2 is better, resulting in more accurate shadow details compared to C1. Bear in mind that 42 and 48-inch model C2 won't get as bright as 55, 65, 77, or 83-inch models because of the size of the panel they use. Due to the material size difference of the chassis of the 42-inch and the 48-inch. Technically, the pixels don't get as bright as they do with 55-inch and above. They don't have so much space around them to show their true brightness, so they'll be duller. It's no secret that the main reason to buy the C2 over the C1 is brightness, but keep in mind that you can get a 55-inch C1 model for $700 less than the 55-inch C2. And even though you have some software improvements, but it's not big enough to make a difference, just isn't worth it. I definitely get the C1. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please hit that like button, as it really does help me out, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on.